In today's world, artificial intelligence is making our lives easier in so many ways, from helping us automate tasks to creating entertainment. But while AI technology advances, it also opens the door to new kinds of scams that are becoming more common and more convincing. Older adults in particular can be at risk because these scams are designed to sound and look real. In this video, we'll cover 4 AI-powered scams your grandparents and everyone else should know about to stay safe. Scam number 1, AI-powered phone call scams. AI is making phone scams more convincing and more dangerous. Traditionally, phone scams involved a stranger pretending to be someone they're not, hoping you'd fall for their story. But with AI-powered voice cloning, scammers can now take just a few seconds of someone's voice and create an eerily accurate replica. Imagine getting a call from what sounds exactly like your son, daughter, or even grandchild in a panic, asking for money. With AI voice cloning, scammers can make these impersonations sound frighteningly real. One real-life case involved Martin Casado, a tech entrepreneur, whose father received a call from someone sounding exactly like Martin. The caller claimed he was in jail and needed $10,000 for bail immediately. Luckily, Martin was able to call his father just in time to prevent him from transferring the money. But this story highlights just how believable these scams can be and how quickly they can happen. With voice cloning technology, scammers can create fully interactive conversations that sound like your loved ones. A few seconds of audio, maybe from a YouTube video or a voice note, is all they need to pull off these tricks. And companies like Blend Turbo have already developed technology for legitimate businesses that allows fully automated AI-powered calls that sound human and can respond in real time. If businesses can use this technology, scammers can too, at a low cost. Here are a few key warning signs that can help you or your loved ones spot AI-powered phone scams. 1. Unexpected urgency. Scammers often create a sense of panic, saying they're in urgent trouble, like needing bail money or claiming they're stranded. This urgency is a major red flag. Tell your grandparents to take a deep breath and pause before acting on any such requests. 2. Unusual requests for payment. Scammers may ask for payment methods that are hard to trace, like wiring money, sending gift cards, or using digital payment apps. Encourage your loved ones to hang up if they're asked to pay in a way that seems suspicious. 3. Verify through another method. The best way to spot this scam is to verify the call. If you or a loved one gets an unexpected request, tell them to hang up and call the person back directly on a trusted number. If it's a scam, the real person will answer, and you'll quickly find out if something's amiss. Remind your grandparents that even if it sounds exactly like you on the phone, they should always double-check. AI voice cloning technology is becoming more accessible, which means these scams are only getting easier to pull off. Being aware of these tactics is the best defense against losing money or falling victim to these highly convincing AI-powered phone scams. Scam number 2, fake video call scams. AI isn't just limited to cloning voices, it's now advanced enough to create entire fake video calls impersonating real people with surprising accuracy. Imagine receiving a Zoom call that appears to be from your boss, the CEO of your company, or even a close friend. The person on the screen looks and sounds like them, speaking in real time and even responding to your questions. It would be hard not to trust them, right? That's exactly what scammers are counting on. One notable case involved a financial employee who received video calls from what looked like their company's CFO, along with other co-workers who seemed to be present on the call. Over several calls, the CFO convinced this employee to authorize a massive $25 million transfer. Thankfully, before the transaction went through, the employee became suspicious and verified the request with the head office. But it highlights just how convincing and elaborate these scams can be when AI is involved. With today's AI technology, scammers only need a single clear photo and a few seconds of recorded audio to create a realistic digital avatar that looks like a real person. AI can sync the avatar's lips to the audio, animate facial expressions, and even add hand gestures, creating a live, interactive experience. These fake video calls feel so real that they're often enough to convince even experienced professionals to act without hesitation. Since these scams can be highly convincing, here are some tips to help you or your loved ones recognize them. 1. Unexpected video calls with urgent requests. Like phone scams, these video scams often rely on a sense of urgency. If you or a loved one receives an unplanned video call from someone, especially with a time-sensitive request, take a moment to question the situation. Scammers often create urgency to prevent victims from verifying details. 2. Check for subtle signs of AI. AI-generated video can be convincing, but there are often subtle giveaways. Watch for minor delays in lip-syncing, strange lighting around the face, or slightly unnatural movements. Even well-made AI avatars can have slight visual glitches that indicate they're not real. 3. Verify through a different communication channel. This is one of the best ways to avoid falling for fake video calls. If you get an unexpected request during a video call, hang up and reach out to the person directly through a known and verified phone number or email. Confirming sensitive requests through a different communication method can help identify imposters before any damage is done. Warn your grandparents or other loved ones that even seeing a familiar face on video isn't always proof it's real. Scammers are now using these advanced AI tools to create realistic face-to-face interactions that make their requests seem legitimate. Scam number 3. Fake identity verification. Losing your ID was once an inconvenience, but now with the help of AI it can lead to a serious case of identity theft. Scammers are using advanced AI technology to create fake identities and bypass verification processes with astonishing realism. All they need is a single photo, like a driver's license, passport, or ID card image, to generate a realistic-looking person who can pass online identity checks. They can even use AI to create a synthetic person with a legitimate-seeming digital profile, opening the door to a whole range of fraudulent activities. For example, scammers may get hold of a photo of an ID through a data breach or social media post. With AI, they can recreate the person in that ID, making it appear that they're taking a live selfie with it. AI-generated images are now realistic enough to mimic the lighting, facial expression, and even the texture of a real photo, fooling many automated verification systems used by financial institutions, social media platforms, and online marketplaces. Scammers might use this method to open fake accounts, apply for credit, or even carry out criminal activity under someone else's identity. This type of identity theft is especially concerning because it can take months or even years to detect, leaving victims with long-lasting financial and legal issues. Although AI-generated IDs and synthetic identities are incredibly realistic, here are some ways to spot and avoid this type of scam. 1. Be wary of requests for ID photos online. Legitimate businesses rarely ask for a photo of your ID through unsecured channels like email or social media. If you're asked to send a photo of your ID, verify the request by contacting the company directly through its official website or customer service number. This can help you avoid handing over sensitive information to scammers. 2. Use identity protection services. Many companies now offer identity theft protection services that alert you if your personal information, like your ID number, is found in suspicious activity. These services can help you catch any unauthorized use of your identity early, giving you the chance to prevent further damage. 3. Secure personal documents online and offline. If you store images of personal documents like IDs on your phone or computer, make sure they're stored in a secure, encrypted folder. And when it comes to physical copies, keep them in a safe location to avoid theft. The less accessible these documents are, the harder it will be for scammers to get their hands on them. 4. Look out for strange activity on financial accounts. If you notice anything unusual on your bank or credit statements, such as new accounts, charges, or inquiries that you didn't authorize, it could be a sign of identity theft. Regularly checking your financial accounts and credit report can help you catch these issues early. Remind your grandparents to never send ID photos or personal details through unsecured channels. Explain that legitimate organizations have secure verification methods and won't ask for ID photos over email or text. By understanding how AI is being used to manipulate identity verification, your loved ones can take steps to protect themselves and avoid falling victim to these high-tech identity theft scams. Scam number 4, AI chatbot romance scams. Romance scams are nothing new, but AI technology is transforming these scams in ways that make them even more deceptive and harder to spot. Today, scammers are using AI-powered chatbots that can simulate real relationships, building emotional bonds with unsuspecting victims. These chatbots, often designed to mimic a particular personality type, can interact in ways that feel genuine, supportive, and personal. This makes them especially dangerous for people seeking companionship online, including older adults who may be more vulnerable to isolation and loneliness. AI chatbots are programmed to respond in real time, keep conversations engaging, and make their partners feel cared for and understood. These bots are sophisticated, using sentimental language and emotionally supportive phrases to make users feel comfortable and connected. Over time, the victim may start to feel a deep attachment, unaware that they're actually interacting with a program and not a real person. After building a trusting relationship, the chatbot, often managed by a scammer, will eventually begin making requests for money, citing reasons like medical bills, travel expenses, or other emergencies. Unlike traditional romance scams, where the scammer might accidentally break character or make mistakes, these AI bots are incredibly consistent, sticking to the script without hesitation. They can chat for hours, seem emotionally available, and say just the right things, making it harder for victims to suspect anything is wrong. AI chatbot romance scams can be subtle and hard to identify, but here are some red flags to watch out for. 1. Repeated use of generic responses and emotional prompts. AI chatbots are designed to mimic empathy but often rely on repetitive, generic responses that can feel a bit too perfect. If you notice the person you're chatting with constantly saying supportive things without ever sharing real details about their life, it could be a sign you're interacting with an AI. 2. Excuses for not meeting in person. One major red flag is if the person consistently has excuses for why they can't meet in person or on a video call. AI chatbots aren't capable of real-time video interactions, so scammers will come up with reasons to avoid it. If someone you've been chatting with for a while won't meet up or video chat, that's a big red flag. 3. Sudden requests for money. Once an AI chatbot has gained your trust, it might start making financial requests. They may ask for small amounts initially, like help with a bill or a travel expense to finally meet you. These requests tend to escalate over time. Encourage your loved ones to never send money to someone they haven't met in person. 4. Lack of personal background. Real people share personal stories, experiences, and specific details about their lives. AI chatbots often don't have real-life details and may give vague responses when asked personal questions. If the person you're talking to avoids specifics or keeps conversations very general, they might not be who they say they are. 5. Check their profile. Often, AI-based profiles are used on multiple platforms or sites. You can try doing a reverse image search on their profile photo or looking up key phrases from their messages to see if they show up elsewhere. If their photo or unique phrases appear on other profiles, it's likely part of a scam. Make sure to let your grandparents or other loved ones know that while online connections can be meaningful, they should always be cautious when interacting with people they've never met in person. AI-driven romance scams are designed to pull at heartstrings, and understanding these warning signs can be a powerful defense against emotional and financial harm. Remind them that no real friend or partner would demand money, especially without meeting face-to-face, and that it's always okay to ask for a second opinion if they're unsure about an online relationship. As AI becomes more advanced, so do the scams associated with it. These 6 scams show how far scammers will go to exploit technology for their gain. The best way to protect your grandparents, and yourself, is to stay informed. Remind your loved ones to verify before trusting unexpected calls, emails, or messages, even if they seem real. Encourage them to be cautious, and don't hesitate to reach out if something feels off. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who need to know about these modern AI scams. The more people who are aware, the harder it will be for scammers to succeed. Stay safe, stay informed, and let's keep our families protected from these new AI threats.